Greetings and bienvenue, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Jeremy Wormy, and I'll be your guide in today's video. Just last week, Disney decided to finally put out the Ironheart trailer, a show that they have been struggling with for the past 3 years at this point in time. And after several rounds of reshoots and re-editing, it is finally here for the world to witness.
That is one big pile of shit.
And wouldn't you have it, the audience? Well, they let their actual thoughts and opinions be heard. Coming in at a measly 203,000 upvotes to a whopping 435,000 downvotes, I think it's pretty safe to say that the audience isn't really having this particular show.
His name was Shit Sherlock, first name no.
And who's really to blame them, considering out the gate you already have Riri Williams just being obnoxious, incredibly unlikable, and her sole goal is to just, well, be iconic.
I want to build something undeniable, something iconic.
Well, there's absolutely nothing I'd rather do than stand here and listen to you bluster at me till the heat death of the universe. I literally have a million better things to do.
But this is the modern era, of course, so whenever the audience rejects a show that might have a black female main character, it's obviously because of racism.
Oh no, not again.
In this episode of Today in White Bullish, white people are disliking a trailer over a black character that's originally black in the comics. More at 11. This could be the best show ever, yet y'all would trash it simply because it has a black female lead. Why are the replies closed? Because of the effing racist and misogynist started the hate campaign without even seeing it. Oh, and my personal favorite from Keyshawn Watkins, the fact the comments section is off is crazy. Like, I can understand if you simply don't like the trailer. Hell, you can just not like the character. That's cool too. But if y'all get pissed off over an intelligent black girl in an Iron Man suit, seek therapy. I do want you guys though to remember what he just said here. He said if you don't like the character, that's fine. It's not racism though. People just think she's a bad character and the trailer just looks bad. Bullish! We saw this character one time in the MCU, and it was in a film that people generally liked. Nothing about this trailer warranted this kind of reaction.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
But I thought it's okay if we didn't like the character. I thought it was okay to actually voice our opinions. Oh no, because again, this show stars Riri Williams, our black female protagonist, and if you disagree with it, you're just a bigot. But why don't we tackle these statements on people are just being racist towards Ironheart? Black Panther, for example, coming in at a 577,000 upvotes to a measly 26,000 downvotes. But hey, that's 7 years ago. That's centuries in internet time. Why don't we go to something a little bit more recent? Black Panther 2 trailer. Hey, that's coming in at a 97,000 upvotes to a measly 91,000 downvotes. Or maybe even the Creed 3 trailer, which came in at a 201,000 upvotes to a middling 6.2 thousand downvotes. Oh, but those are 2 years ago. That's decades in Twitter time. What about the Sinners trailer? That when you actually go there, you can end up seeing a whopping 140,000 upvotes to a microscopic 3.2 thousand downvotes. Where were all the racists when it came to anything that happened there? Why on earth are the racists coming out now just for Ironheart?
Stop asking completely logical questions.
It couldn't possibly be because of just how the trailer decided to portray Riri. Let's take note of what we actually saw here. What is Riri's main goal within the trailer itself?
I want to build something undeniable, something iconic.
To just be noticed, to just be seen, to build something iconic, and to have the world recognize that she's the greatest genius ever. Heck, even in the behind the scenes trailer, we end up hearing how she wants to fight back against the man because they make her feel small.
You want me to be small, but I refuse.
But compare that to maybe Iron Man's entire story. When we are first introduced to Tony Stark, yes, he's a billionaire playboy philanthropist who doesn't really care about anything else but himself. And after being kidnapped by a group of terrorists and forced to see the absolute terror and destruction that his company has been sowing throughout the world, he decides to fight back and right the wrongs that he himself has actually brought into this world. In Iron Man's case, it's a man trying to fix what he has destroyed and correct his errors. In Riri's case, it's all about me, 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 me. But on top of that, we've also seen these stories from Disney before. We've had many examples of this exact type of storytelling said over and over and over again. It's why people have called it the MCU, because all we are going on right now is the Shiro's journey, in which it's always about the main character just being the greatest ever, and everybody else have to recognize that she's the greatest ever. Long gone is the time of actual heroism, humility, righting the wrongs, or standing up to actual oppressive forces. And people end up wondering why anime and Japanese culture is on the rise every single time. It's because, for crying out loud, even over in Japan, they managed to do superheroes a whole lot better than we do here in the States. And that's a key thing here. What is a hero nowadays? Because it's very clear that modern day writers are completely incapable of writing this. Because a hero is an individual that is willing to rush into conflict no matter the odds, even if they have no powers at all. They're willing to stand up and fight back even with all the odds against them, and they're also willing to stand up against actual oppressive forces. And to give you a massive example of this, I'm going to take us on over to One Piece right now, mainly because I've been catching up on it all. I just finished the Wano arc and it's been stuck in my head this entire time, so major spoilers abound. But for those of you who are still here and didn't decide to click off, how the Wano arc starts is very simple. Luffy is asked by Momonosuke to help them take back their home country from an Emperor of the Sea, Kaido, the strongest beast in the world. Now, as the story ended up unfolding, they ended up raiding Onigashima, the island of which Kaido was actually residing, and decided to wage war against the Beast Pirates, having Luffy ultimately face down with Kaido not just once, but ultimately 3 times during that entire fight, all for Luffy to end up finally beating Kaido after achieving Gear 5, or his awakening state for his particular devil fruit, and establishing Momonosuke, the heir to Odin, as the true shogun of the land. But shortly before Momonosuke revealed himself to the people of Wano to reclaim what is rightfully his, Luffy openly tells him not to inform the people of what he did in his fight against Kaido, because he recognized that the true hero of this battle needs to be Momonosuke, not himself. And he understood that. He sacrificed the people, lavishing him with praise and glory for saving their land, and gave that all to Momonosuke because he knew what the correct path forward was. That's a sign of a true hero. That's a sign of what people actually want when they watch these shows. And we no longer get it from Western media or even Western culture anymore. Our writers and artists are completely unaware of what it actually is to be a hero, and that's why people are deciding to go over to Japan over and over again to get it from there. And that's ultimately why people have decided to reject this Ironheart trailer. This is nothing more than another selfish, narcissistic, nihilistic story in which the main character is the greatest all the time, and it's up to everybody else to recognize just how great she truly is. But that's to be expected nowadays from modern MCU.
You suck.
But I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Let me get your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, shout out friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.